finally, have you got any other tips for making your dress and yourself look your best on your wedding day?
So my tip would be to stand correctly. And nobody told me this on my wedding day. Everybody always does that, don't they, when you actually mention it. So if you just roll your shoulders back, so they don't need to be pinned right back, but just lift your chin a little bit. So, and if you can, just engage your core, which means kind of clenching everything down there. Anybody that's had a baby will know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you can, take a deep breath, but try not to breathe from here, try and breathe from your belly. So you're actually pushing your tummy out and allowing your diaphragm to fill with air, because your lungs are shaped like teardrops, so there's a lot more space at the bottom than the top. So if you just take a couple of deep breaths, then you end up feeling a lot calmer and probably a lot more relaxed, which is good for all aspects of the wedding, your wedding dress fitting and being on the day and everything. And if you can now, even though we're on slightly bumpy ground, in order to get yourself in the level position, if you can, without falling over, just rock very slightly back onto your heels and then forward onto your toes, and then try and find the point in between the two.
Yeah.
So you're sort of completely central. So don't lock your knees and just check your shoulders are still back. So does that feel any different?
It does, actually.
Okay.
I feel like I'm about to walk down a catwalk.
Okay. And it's quite pleasant.
Yeah.
And I think that thing about breathing, everybody breathes really shallowly. So the relevance for this for wedding dress, because it seems like a really small point. I remember when I got married, I naturally have just very rounded shoulders, which is totally rubbish, but I just tend to slouch. I'm a dressmaker, I sit in front of my sewing machine like this. So I made my own dress. And a couple of days before the wedding, I tried it on. It was a halter neck dress. And I thought, well, it's really loose here. So I took it in. And I realised, in actual fact, the way I pinned it, I'm standing like that.
Oh, no.
So it therefore ended, it was fine, it was comfortable.
Yeah.
But on the day, all of my wedding photos were of me standing like that. So in fact, if you stand in correct posture all the way through your wedding and during your wedding dress fittings, you end up then with a dress that looks fabulous. And also, if you have it pinned correctly when you're standing properly at your wedding dress fitting, then it's more likely that on your wedding day, you won't stand like that. You will naturally stand
properly,
yeah. So
great.
That's my little tip.